Vortex. So I just mixed this already nasty celery juice with kratom. It's gonna be so bad. I'm just looking at it, feeling the need to puke. But I want you to watch this happen, because people need to do this with reality. They need to do this with a lot of things that they don't want to digest. They need to digest them really, really fast. You know, just grin and bear it. You know, it's kind of like ripping off a bandaid. Don't be a pussy. Why do I take kratom? I'm so glad you asked. It helps with my perspective. A lot of the time, I get so down that I just want to give up on everything and everyone. But then I remember that there are drugs, and they were literally put on the planet for our betterment. And I know that because they grow on the ground, okay? There's literally no denying that plants grow on the ground, okay? Unless y'all know something I don't, okay? A lot of people online, they think that they have authority over plants. How arrogant can you possibly be? And then you think you can tell other people not to use those plants, and you're better off because you don't use those plants. Here's the thing. The reason why I'm in favor of plants over stuff that's made in a lab, and you don't have to tell me that LSD was made in a lab. You don't have to tell me that psilocybin was synthesized, okay? That they figured out a lot of these things because of science, okay? But you have to look at the intentions of these studies, okay? And that's what we do. We don't just follow the money, we follow the intentions. What are this person's intentions for doing this study? What are this person's intentions for putting all this research into this particular subject? Are they trying to brainwash the masses? Or are they trying to awaken the masses? Because there are a lot of people that believe that psychedelics were the answer to everything. Well, at this point, I say that people are so far gone that I don't know if that would still be true. But if it opens your eyes to a lot of things, and it enlightens you and helps you in your perspective, it makes you less suicidal, less paranoid, less anxious, less likely to kill yourself, then I would say that yeah, that's probably, you know, a good thing. But if it does the opposite of that, then, you know, that drug fucking sucks, okay? The drug makes you kill yourself, or it makes you, like, take a firearm into a public school and shoot a bunch of people with it, and then the news media gets involved, and then all they talk about is the firearm, but they don't talk about any of the pills that you were on. And I'm not just trying to blame the psychiatrist, okay, because I know that it's people that take the pills, and I know that it's people that tell other people to take pills, okay? So I think it's more of a social problem than it is an individual problem. Because I know plenty of people that don't want to take medication, they're forced to. I know people that didn't have any interest in medication, but they were told, your behavior is making me uncomfortable. I don't understand the way that you behave. I don't understand the way that you think. I don't understand your emotional nature. So take these pills so I don't have to deal with you. I don't have to listen to your babbling about conspiracies, okay? So, grin and bear it, right? I used to drink vodka straight out of the bottle, and I would drink a fifth at a time. So this probably shouldn't be hard, but it will be. I already know. See, Vortex, I learned a lot about myself when I was an alcoholic. I learned what I was capable of. If I can drink an entire fifth of something that is going to ruin my life, funny when you put it like that. Well, if I can do that, that's the shadow self that I chase, okay? So I know what I'm capable of in the negative sense. Can you imagine how much I could save the world? You know? That's right. Alcoholics are going to save the world. I mean, I had to get sober first, but I'm just saying that, you know, if you see somebody that's doing a lot of really destructive things, just think that there's a flip side to that coin. So that's what I try to tell people in regards to mental illness. Like, if you're having a really hard time, that just means that the devil is onto you because he knows what you're capable of. He knows that you have talent. He knows that you have an understanding about things. And so don't look at depression like it's this horrible boogeyman, you know? I just treat it like it's a friend. And when I treat it like it's a friend, like it can't possibly be my enemy anymore, you know? That's why I just kind of hang out with whatever demon's been possessing me for 37 years. I'm just like, you know what? You can hang. You can stay here, you know? You can sleep on the couch, okay? You know, here's a pillow. You need an extra blanket? I mean, that's a way better alternative to, like, freaking out or thinking that something's wrong with me. If I think something's wrong with me, I'm just going to focus on that. Anything you focus on gets bigger. And then I'd be more likely to take really shitty advice from plebeian sheep that thinks that pills are the answer. Okay? But I know I sound like a hypocrite because I'm saying, like, don't do these drugs, do those drugs. Do drugs that make sense, honey. I'm not against it. That's stupid. People are against drugs and then they have a smartphone. I'm sorry, but I know I keep beating this horse, but the horse ain't dead, okay? The horse ain't dead. It just keeps coming back to life. Like every 2 seconds it comes back to life and says, Amy, where you at? So, yeah, the technology, man. And it's not just the phones. It's like laptops, computers, TVs, video games, all that stuff. It's just putting you in this totally altered state. And people aren't even cognizant of that altered state. At least when you do drugs, you know that they're drugs. You know that they have side effects. So it's like me telling people to do drugs that have positive side effects, and if they have negative side effects, don't fucking do them anymore, or understand what you're doing and why you're doing it and regulate it. People don't want to regulate themselves, so they expect the government to do it. That's why all these people are mad. Well, why does the FDA, blah, blah, blah. Do you not understand what the FDA is all about, honey? It's like they're so mad that their government school is teaching their kids how to have a panic attack about the climate, or cut their genitals off, or engage in sodomy, or hate themselves for being Caucasian, okay? They're so mad at the government school that we pay for. Yeah, get used to that shit, honey. Get used to people taking your money and throwing it into a pedophile ring. Get used to that shit. Money doesn't mean shit anyway. I mean, that's the thing. Fake people bitch about fake shit because they don't want to deal with anything real. Anyway, but you can tell my perspective's getting better, though. I promise, it's getting so much better. You'll see how much better of a perspective I have in the next videos.